Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you joined us. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverdi.
All right, we're turning our focus to beauty this morning.
I need that.
No one wants to age, right? Am I right, ladies? Fine lines, wrinkles, anybody want that?
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you. These days, cosmeceuticals and injectables are very popular, and with good reason. They can help turn back the hands of time without surgery. Plus, if you or someone you love suffers from allergies or asthma, a lot in my family, your pharmacist may be an untapped resource in helping you cope. We've got the info.
We've got a great show. The Balancing Act starts right now.
This morning, we conclude our four-part series on improving health care for you and your family with the help of your pharmacist. Today, we're talking about managing allergies and asthma. And if you or someone you love suffers from allergies or asthma, your pharmacist may be an untapped resource in helping to manage your symptoms. And here to explain is Dr. Chris Osborne from Good Neighbor Pharmacy, a network of more than 3,000 locally owned community pharmacies. Welcome, Chris.
Hey.
So great to have you in the studio
how are
today.
You? Good.
All right, let's start by talking about asthma because it seems to be so much more prevalent than ever.
Yeah, it's actually on the rise according to the Centers for Disease Control. There's just more prevalence out there. More kids are being diagnosed with it. A lot of allergens, environmental allergens in the air, food allergens.
And how is asthma usually treated?
Asthma is usually treated with a oral medication, like you can get like a Zyrtec or a Claritin over the counter. And also the doctor would probably add on a steroid inhaler.
Right.
Or a nasal spray, like over the counter. Now, it used to be prescription, but there's Nasacort and Flonase over the counter now.
So those are really something you could talk to your pharmacist about, and you don't have to go to your doctor.
Absolutely. You can come in. You don't have to wait, have an appointment till next week. You can come in today, and I can prescribe the Nasacort or Flonase for you and point you in a direction of the Claritin and Zyrtec for everyday use.
That's really great. Is that what Good Neighbor Pharmacies are really about, is that communication with the patient that comes in and that you know them and they know you?
Oh yeah, it's a personal relationship that we develop and hope to have for a long time.
And would you say that you know your patients by name and they know things about their lives, so you really feel a connection with them?
Absolutely. They walk in the door and I say, hey Bob,
Yeah.
you know, hey John, how are you?
Well, that's not typical sometimes of pharmacies.
No, you walk into a big box chain and their shifts change every 8 hours and it's always someone new and I'm there every day. And
wow, that's so important. Let's talk allergies. I mean, there's so many things people can be allergic to. Do you talk a lot with people that come in and help them kind of navigate those waters, their kids' waters with, as far as steering through the allergy season?
Sure. We try to identify what's triggering their allergies. If it's seasonal like pollen. If they're not usually on medication parts of the year, that may be the time to go on it ahead of time before it gets worse. Triggers like dust mites, rugs in the house. If you get rid of the rugs, sometimes that gets rid of the allergies. Rugs hold a lot of dust and dead skin and hair from the animals. Food allergies. If you know you're allergic to something, don't eat it.
Right.
Sometimes kids have really bad allergies and the mom has to carry around an EpiPen. That's serious when you have a child that cannot breathe.
What are the questions we should be asking our pharmacist in general?
Well, the questions you should be asking is, should I be taking this every day? Or is it just when I have a flare-up? Or if I'm using a certain perfume and I don't use it all the time, but it makes my nose run, should I take something before that? Things like that, or chronic everyday asthma and allergies. If you need to be on something every day, I can show you how to use it and what to use. And
you're the kind of pharmacist I want to be treated by.
Yeah, I'm very personable. I like that personal touch with patients.
Yeah, well, that makes all the difference.
Someone calls on the phone, I can tell who it is just by the sound of their voice.
That's reassuring. That's what we all want. Well, thanks. Great information today, and thanks for stopping by.
Oh, thank you.
All right, want to know more? Log on to thebalancingact.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We might share your tweet right on a future show.
Raise your hands if you're ready to turn back the hands of time without surgery. Ladies and yes, gentlemen, there are more tools than ever before to help us keep our skin looking young and vibrant. And this doesn't mean changing our look. It just means looking like the best version of ourselves. I like that. And I'm the first to admit that it might, just might, be time to consider correcting my facial wrinkles in a very natural looking way. I, like many women, have been uncertain about using cosmetic injectables, but the time has come to learn more about their benefits. Joining me this morning is Dr. Janet Allenby, board certified dermatologist from Delray Beach, Florida. Let's be honest, doctor, I can accept my age, but the wrinkles, it's hard. It's hard. And we are always in search of ways to slow the effects of aging and gravity on our faces. Daily sun exposure, stressors, environmental factors, genetics, and consistent use of facial expressions all take a toll on our skin. Sometimes, doctor, leading to wrinkles, sagging cheeks, and other giveaways that reveal our age. So tell me, more and more women and men, let's be honest, and men are using cosmetic injectables to, enhance the beauty. Why?
I think we all want to look as pretty as we can be. And sometimes as we're aging, we don't feel like we look so pretty, especially with us women. And when you start making the face look more like we feel, the self-esteem goes up. We feel better about ourselves.
So this is what I've noticed in me, and I'm going to be completely honest here this morning, and tell me if you hear this, the frown lines.
Yep.
Really bothering me.
And they're really hard to accept, and it is usually an aging process, but it could just be genetics. Some people have a little bit more motion than others in their forehead where they have their frowning.
But what's happening to me?
Oh, I know, it's awful. What happens it is. What happens is we start getting these etched in lines. As the muscle is working, it actually etches the skin, and we end up having these permanent frown marks, and they're angry looking, and people don't like that look.
Here's another area that is bothering me as well. The smile lines, is that what they're called?
Well, everything around the mouth. I think when somebody's aging and they have a lot of problem with, like, their lips are deflating, or they have too many lines, like smoker looking lines, we also call them barcode lines. When they have those, it makes them feel old and they don't feel attractive. And I think when people are treated for this, they look better and it looks natural, and the key word is natural, and it's done well. They're really happy with their outcome.
So what would one use if you saw me, for example, and I tell you my frown lines and my smile lines? What could I do?
Olga, you are a perfect candidate for Dysport. Dysport is a prescription injection that is FDA approved for the temporary improvement in the look of moderate to severe frown lines between the eyebrows in patients less than 65 years of age.
And what about this area? This really bothers me.
Actually, smile really big, just a great, you have a beautiful smile. In my office, I use Rustling Silk. Rustling Silk is the only FDA approved product that is exclusively designed for the mouth area. It enhances the lip, it is going to fill in the little lines. It's a beautiful product that looks really natural, and particularly really natural on animation. So when you smile, you still have your smile, and it doesn't look fake.
Now, I know it's not a one-time thing, so let's talk about, let's say I went to go see you, frequency, maintenance, how much?
Typically, most people will come in, say they're doing their frown lines. When I use Dysport, it lasts up to 4 months. When I do something in the mouth area, when I use Rustling Silk, it can last up to 6 months too.
And cost? Because a lot of people, they're counting their pennies today, but I think something like this is worth it.
So the variation of price is really going to be depending on how much improvement someone wants. And there are some really great programs, such as Aspire with Dysport and Rustling Silk. It's a loyalty program. So when they're doing their treatments, they're actually gaining points. So it's going to help for future use.
And let's also note here that really when you're going to get this done, you need to go to someone that you can trust and someone that is certified to do so.
Well, we all know when somebody doesn't look good, and we want to have people that are trained. Board certified dermatologists, board certified plastic surgeons, facial plastic. In healthcare providers, there are a lot of injectors that are trained, and they are very talented. So you really want to research who you're going to. You want a natural outcome. You want to look good. Go to the expert.
And doctor, after your patients receive the procedure, they must come back and tell you they're so happy.
You know what? They're very satisfied, and it's a well-tolerated procedure.
I'm sold. So I know you're right down the street, Del Rey, so that's about a 15-minute drive for me, so expect me to be calling you and maybe making an appointment.
Oh, well.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
doctor. And remember to head to thebalancingact.com for lots more information there, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Share your experiences with cosmetic facial injectables.
Dysport ibubotulinum toxin A, 300 units for injection, is a prescription injection for temporary improvement in the look of moderate to severe frown lines between the eyebrows, globular lines, in adults less than 65 years of age. What is the most important information you should know about Dysport? Spread of toxin effects. In some cases, the effects of Dysport and all botulinum toxin products may affect areas of the body away from the injection site. These effects can cause symptoms of a serious condition called botulism. Symptoms of botulism can happen hours to weeks after injection and may include swallowing and breathing problems, loss of strength and muscle weakness all over the body, double vision, blurred vision, and drooping eyelids, hoarseness, or change or loss of voice, trouble saying words clearly, or loss of bladder control. Swallowing and breathing problems can be life-threatening, and there have been reports of death. The risk of symptoms is probably greatest in children and adults treated for muscle spasms, particularly in those patients who have underlying medical conditions that could make these symptoms more likely. The toxic effects have been reported at doses similar to those used to treat muscle spasms in the neck. Lower doses in both approved and unapproved uses have also caused toxic effects. This includes treatment of children and adults for muscle spasms. These effects could make it unsafe for you to drive a car, operate machinery, or do other dangerous activities. Common side effects. The most common side effects are nose and throat irritation, headache, injection site pain, injection site skin reaction, upper respiratory tract infection, eyelid swelling, eyelid drooping, sinus inflammation, and nausea.
Have you ever noticed that music has almost magical powers over us? It can instantly remind us of someone special or transport us to another place and time. For children, music can be especially powerful. Now, the only thing better than music is giving the gift of music, especially around the holidays. And here to explain is Anne Itup from Music and Arts. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Music is really important to me. I grew up with music around me. My kids have grown up with it. For us, it's extremely precious, and for many too.
Oh, absolutely. I can remember as young as when I was 5 years old, sitting with my dad at the piano, just building those memories and experience music for the first time. It's so special. And the coolest thing is that it's unique to all of us. It really helps build our musical identity, our own identity, and just really creates amazing memories.
And let's talk about Music and Arts. What exactly is that?
Yeah, honestly, we're a hidden secret. We've been around for almost 60 years now. We're everything from renting instruments to giving you music lessons. Honestly, we're a one-stop shop if you're looking to learn how to play an instrument. We're really there for everything musical in your life.
And I love the name Music and Arts because I think of my kids and schools, and a lot of them are, unfortunately, just getting rid of the music and the arts. And I think it's really sad because I still find it to be vital for them.
Absolutely. Honestly, I can't imagine a time when I was in school and I didn't have music to help me through what I was going through, or even just, school in general. But the amazing thing about Music and Arts is that we have a huge network of educational representatives. They go out into the schools, they work with educators. Their sole job is to help keep music alive in school programs. And that's honestly the backbone of what we do.
And I'm going to be very personal here because when my little one was having a little bit of a problem with comprehension, someone actually told me to get her into music. And she now plays the piano by ear, and it's actually helped her focus more on reading.
Yes, music is such an amazing memory tool. It helps you with academics, it helps with self-confidence. Just the benefits with it are amazing.
And something else about music is we, as a family, love music, and during the holidays, I'll get my guitar, because I do play the guitar, and not as well as before, and my daughter plays the piano, my mom plays the piano, and you can see us there having a wonderful time, and it really just brings us together as a family, more united.
Yeah, during the holidays is actually a great example. I mean, I remember, as a kid, obviously, when I played with my dad, we would have functions and we would play together. And if you're not musical, or even if you are, you can still appreciate it, you can still enjoy it. and just the memories it builds and the feeling it builds inside you are so special that you'll carry it until you're well in your 70s or 80s. It lives with you forever.
And what's wonderful too for the holidays is to give the gift of music. A lot of people are asking me sometimes, what do I give my niece, my nephews? Buy them an instrument.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, during this time of year, we see families coming in looking for that special gift. And the great thing is that, on top of selling instruments, if you're not ready to invest completely, we have a rental program where you can, try out different instruments if you want to. There's a great exchange options with our plan, and we really want to help give people that gift.
Well, I want you to give me that gift this morning, so what are you going to play for me?
I'm going to make up a little something for you.
Putting you on the spot. Take it away.
All right.
How beautiful. Just, what a
Thank
blessing.
you.
What a blessing you have. You're located all over the country, so our viewers know?
Yeah, actually, we're at 140 stores now. We're in 23 states. If you are not near a store, you can find us online at musicarts.com.
Musicarts.com. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate
Absolutely.
it. God bless you. And if you want to learn more, log on to thebalancingact.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And of course, I'm going to have you play one more tune for me as we say
Sure.
goodbye to everybody. Beautiful.
Such great information on today's show, and we'll continue to bring you segments on how you can affect change in your community.
Remember, we have lots more on our website. It's thebalancingact.com.
And we're also on Twitter and Facebook, and we want you to follow us and like us and tweet us and all that.
Exactly. Until the next time, remember to find your balance.
So long, everybody.